What are you doing to stay current, relevant in your job, in your occupation, and what you're doing, right, in your business? Or are we letting the advancement of this, whatever industry you're in, lap you? I'm Joe Oz from the Joe Oz Real Estate Group here at eXp Realty. And so what we're talking about now is a stage in learning called unconscious incompetence, right? And so what that really means is it's better termed by I don't know what I don't know. And so there was, I heard this recently, there was a Harvard study on the advancement of the medical field, right? And so what this basically said was, this study talked about when a doctor goes to school and goes to medical school and graduates medical school, once that happens, the information that they learned is only good, or not only good, but it becomes partially irrelevant after about 7 years. Okay, we call that the half-life of learning, right? Or the half-life of information. And so what that looks like is in 2017, that study was updated. And what it was looking like is that information. So in the medical field, that information that they're learning when they're going to school is only good for about 3 to 4 years, or it becomes partially relevant 3 to 4 years. As of today, that number is down to about 80 days. So imagine going to school for that long and learning all that information just to learn, or just to know that in about 80 to 90 days, that information will start becoming irrelevant, right? And so what does that mean? Why does that matter, right? What that means is that in these industries, there's so much money, advancement, there's so much money being put to the advancement of these industries. What's happening is that a lot of professionals in a lot of industries aren't staying current, right? And what are you doing to stay current? I think the worst thing that can happen here really is when the consumer or the patient or whoever comes in your office or meets you wherever you are doing you're doing what you're doing, and they just know more than you, right? Or they say, hey, what about this method I'd like to try? And you just don't know about that method, or you don't know what's happening, right? And we see a lot of that in our industry, in real estate, right? The unconscious incompetence. You don't know what you don't know. And there's inexperienced realtors that just aren't representing their clients to the best of really, their clients' abilities, right? So I guess what I'm asking is how are you staying relevant? What are you doing, right? Do you have RSS feeds coming to you daily, news sources, peer groups, masterminds, training sessions, things like this, right? And that's what's becoming more and more and more important, right? So I have to, in this industry, in any industry, whatever you're doing, it's very, very important to stay aligned with successful people that are doing what you want to do. So, how are you plugging in? Who are you talking to? Who's succeeding at a really high level on something that you want to do? And how often are you meeting with those people? I was just reading through, I have it on me, the Think and Grow Rich, right? It's a classic. And I'm on the part, where it talks about just masterminds, right? Where the author introduces the idea of doing a mastermind, just weekly talking to people that are very, very successful, smart, doing the things that you want to do at a very high level, and sharing ideas and staying consistent with it, right? So who are you doing these things with? How often are you doing it? Is it important to you? Are your goals important? And if so, this is what we should be doing. So we want to stay out of that phase of learning, the I don't know what I don't know. And it's easy to do if you're running with people that are succeeding at a super high level and staying current. So what are you doing to stay current? Talk to you soon.